Hello and welcome to Courts Today by Live Law. Let us get to today's top legal updates. The petitions challenging the Waqf Amendment Act to go before the bench led by Justice B.R. Gawai, and the hearing is on 15th May. The Supreme Court has asked comedian Samir Raina and 5 others to personally appear in a plea over jokes on persons with disabilities. The top court has sought report from all high courts on pending judgments in cases reserved before 31st January 2025. The apex court has rejected plea of a woman seeking Red Fort's possession, claiming to be heir of Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar. The top court has issued notice to center on plea challenging blocking of the YouTube channel 4 PM News. And the Supreme Court has sought fresh forensic report on audio clips against ex-Manipur Chief Minister Biren Singh. I am Urvashi Chauhan with your daily roundup of legal updates from across the country. For detailed reading, you can always visit www.livelaw.in. Please make sure to watch this video till the end and do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Starting with an important update, the petitions challenging the Waqf Amendment Act were listed today before the bench of CJI Sanjeev Khanna, Justice Sanjay Kumar and KV Vishwanathan. The CJI today said that the petitions will now be heard by the bench led by Justice B.R. Gawai, as CJI himself is nearing retirement. He clarified that he has gone through the union government's counter affidavit and the petitioners' rejoinders, but does not wish to reserve any interim order, especially with limited time left in his tenure. However, he acknowledged that the case requires an early and thorough hearing. Senior advocates Kapil Sibal, Abhishek Manu Singhvi appearing for the petitioners, and Solicitor General Tushar Mehta representing the centre agreed to the reassignment. The case has witnessed 2 detailed hearings till now on 16th and 17th April. The petitioners had raised concerns about removal of the Waqf by user clause, which could affect ancient mosques and dargahs, the inclusion of non-Muslim members in Waqf boards, and possible denotification of Waqf properties. The centre had earlier assured the court that the changes are prospective and that no appointments would be made to the Waqf boards for now. It also promised that existing Waqf lands would not be affected. The CJI had suggested interim directions to preserve the status quo, such as barring changes to property status or board composition. The matter is now expected to be listed soon before Justice Gawai's bench for further hearing on preliminary objections and interim relief. In the next update, the top court has directed comedians Samir Raina, Vipul Goyal and 3 others to personally appear before it in a case alleging they made insensitive jokes targeting persons with disabilities. A bench of Justices Surya Kant and N. Koteshwar Singh warned that if they fail to appear, coercive action would be taken. The court also directed the Delhi Police Commissioner to issue notices to all 5 individuals. The petition was filed by Cure SMA Foundation. It accuses Raina of mocking a high-cost treatment for spinal muscular atrophy in a 2-month-old child, and also of making derogatory comments about a blind and a cross-eyed person during his shows. The others named are comedians Balraj Paramjeet Singhai, Sonali Thakkar and Nishant Tanwar. The foundation has also flagged similar offensive content from cricketers. Earlier, the foundation had raised these issues during a separate case involving YouTuber Ranveer Alabadia, and back then the court had expressed concern about obscene content on YouTube and had asked the government to clarify its stance on regulation. The foundation now seeks protections against what it calls disabling humor, jokes that demean and ridicule persons with disabilities. It has also raised concerns about misuse of free speech by online influencers and content creators. Expressing concern over long delays in pronouncing judgments, the Supreme Court has today directed the Registrar Generals of all the High Courts to submit a detailed report on cases where judgments were reserved on or before 31st January this year but are still not pronounced. A bench of Justice Surya Kant and Justice N. Koteshwar Singh passed the direction while hearing a plea by 4 convicts who have been waiting for years for their criminal appeals to be decided by the Jharkhand High Court. Justice Kant termed the delay very disturbing and said that courts would consider framing mandatory guidelines to prevent such situations. The court's order requires each High Court to report the total number of civil and criminal matters where judgments are pending since and before 31st January 2025, and whether these were heard by a single judge or a division bench. The petitioners in this particular case, let me tell you, all belonging to scheduled tribes or OBC communities, have been in prison for 11 to 16 years with life sentences for murder and rape. Their appeals were heard and reserved in the year 2022, but no verdicts have been delivered. Advocate Fauzia Shakil informed the court that while other cases were disposed of recently by the Jharkhand High Court, reportedly 75 criminal appeals in 1 week, the petitioner's cases still await a decision. Taking note of this, the court has also directed the Jharkhand High Court to submit a list of the 75 disposed appeals with dates when judgments were reserved. The court also issued notice on the convicts' applications for suspension of sentence, noting that they were unable to seek remission due to delay in the verdicts. Can someone today claim ownership of the Red Fort simply because they are related to the last Mughal emperor? Well, today the Supreme Court rejected a petition filed by one Sultana Begum who claimed to be the widow of the great-grandson of Bahadur Shah Zafar II. She had sought possession of the Red Fort, arguing that it was taken away by the British East India Company in 1857 and that she was the rightful heir. A bench led by Chief Justice Sanjeev Khanna along with Justice Sanjay Kumar dismissed her petition, calling it wholly misconceived. The CJI even remarked, why only the Red Fort? Why leave out Fatehpur Sikri? The Delhi High Court had already rejected her claim, first in the year 2021 by a single judge and again in December last year by a division bench, citing an inordinate delay in filing the petition. In addition to possession, Sultana Begum had also sought compensation from 1857 till date for what she alleged was illegal occupation by the government of India. But the Supreme Court has closed the matter now, affirming that there is no legal basis to her claim. Moving ahead, the top court has issued notice to the union government on a plea filed by journalist Sanjay Sharma challenging blocking of his YouTube channel 4pm News. The channel was blocked on the alleged grounds of national security and public order, but Sharma says that he was given no notice, no hearing, and not even a copy of the blocking order. Senior advocate Kapil Sibal, appearing for Sharma, told the court that this was a clear violation of constitutional rights. He argued that the channel was taken down without any warning based on an undisclosed government order to YouTube. The bench of Justices B.R. Gawai and K.V. Vishwanathan initially suggested tagging this matter with another case challenging the IT blocking rules. But Sibal insisted on urgent relief, stating that this case was about an individual's content being silenced without due process. The court has now issued notice to the union government, Ministry of Home Affairs and YouTube and will hear the matter next week. The petition also challenges constitutionality of the Information Technology Blocking Rules 2009, especially Rules 8, 9 and 16, which allow for blocking of online content. Sharma argues that the rules violate fundamental rights, including the right to freedom of speech and expression, equality, and personal liberty. Among other things, the petition demands production of the blocking order by the government, quashing of the order blocking the 4pm News channel, mandatory notice and hearing before content is blocked, and that only specific offending content be targeted and not the entire platforms. And lastly, the top court today examined forensic report on audio clips that allegedly implicate Manipur ex-Chief Minister Biren Singh and called for a fresh forensic science lab report. The case was heard by a bench of Chief Justice Sanjeev Khanna and Justice Sanjay Kumar in a petition filed by Kuki Organization for Human Rights Trust. The group is demanding a court-monitored investigation into leaked audio tapes claiming they feature Singh's voice. Solicitor General Tushar Mehta informed the court that a forensic report had already been submitted in a sealed cover. He urged the court to let the current investigation continue, saying that peace is prevailing. But the CJI, after briefly reading the sealed report, was not satisfied. He asked the Solicitor General to get instructions from the union government and submit a fresh report. The court then recorded in its order that the SG will obtain instructions on re-examination. The case will now be heard in the week starting 21st July. Let me tell you, Advocate Prashant Bhushan, appearing for the petitioners, raised concern that the current investigation is being handled by the state police, despite it being a case involving the former chief minister himself. But the CJI clarified that the court was not inclined to stay the ongoing investigation. He further remarked that with the president's rule currently in place in Manipur, the concerns about bias or interference in the investigation should now stand resolved. For your information, let me also tell you that earlier this year, Truth Labs, a private forensic agency, had reportedly certified the tapes to be authentic. The court had then sought an official verification from the Central Forensic Science Laboratory. With Singh having resigned days before President's rule was imposed in February, the matter now returns to spotlight with the Supreme Court keeping a close watch.